Hi there, folks. This is my first Viking on Viking naval battle here in Total War Thrones of Britannia, and I'm not sure what to expect. So we have a pretty good army under King Bardir, and we're facing another Viking king here, and as you can see, this is a massive force. If I want to take a look at the king, then I want to see if get the king's name. It is Fiachna. So this is going to be interesting, guys. I'm not sure exactly what to expect, but I'm basically going to just treat this like it was a regular infantry battle, and I'm going to charge forward with my troops. Wait a minute. Nope, you go forward this way. Obviously, the Vikings, you know, I never stopped to think that they would do a lot of their fighting on the open seas. Obviously, they were moving around on the open seas for a very long time, but this brings it to a whole new dimension, and I think the naval battles here are way different than any of the naval battles we see in any of the Total War games, and that makes this very different. It looks like this is going to be like on-board boarding fights, if I had to guess, and I don't know what to do, guys. We actually even see some seagulls flying around, which means we're pretty close to land, so this should be fascinating, to say the least. Here we go, guys. Let's hope it's as fascinating as I think it's going to be. Our ships are crashing into the enemy, and here we go. This is going to be a true fight. Unbelievable. They're jumping on the enemy ships. We've got some archers firing at the same exact time, but I want to smash into that enemy ship on the right side, and I think we can do it. In fact, I think we can even get on top of that ship. But first, I want to go ahead and attack it. And these are actually horse riders, so they're actually quite good at melee combat. But it's fascinating to see that these guys are actually going to have to go into combat with these ships. Despite this being a much later era, this almost reminds me of the combat between the Persians and the Greeks, of course, in the Aegean Siege. Amazing here, how they're fighting in the Mediterranean. Look at this. So, of course, our men have to hold them off. Let's take a look over here. Looks like our boys are doing a good time, and we did kill the enemy general. Beautiful, guys. We just set an enemy boat alight. I mean, that's so cool. I hope our guys get off in time. Let's see what happens here. They're doing like Assassin's Creed jumps onto the boat. I mean, that's cool and all, but yeah, I gotta work on that, guys. No way a human being can jump that far. That being said, that is so cool, man. Look at that. Goodbye, enemy. Goodbye. We're actually sending some enemies down to Davy Jones' locker, although Davy Jones didn't exist at this time, so we need a different name. That being said, we're doing pretty damn well. So I'm going to go ahead and charge here too. One of their other ships went down, and I'm going to send in our Eastman Horsemen. Get on those ships, boys!
This is our ship!
And right, damn it is. I'm not sure if that's damage to the enemy ship, but I'm not sure if you saw when we crashed into the enemy ship, there was a little bit of water that seemed to start leaking in from the middle. And that could definitely be like damage we've actually done to them. So let's go to another one of these battles over here. I mean, this is cool stuff, man. I love it. I love the naval battles here. Obviously, naval battles between Vikings are going to be so different from any other kind of naval battle you've seen, because, you know, they don't have cannons, they don't have anything like that. It's all about arming the enemy ship, boarding the enemy ship, killing them, and then obviously burning their ship down, apparently. Well, you take it, but no, that's not what these Vikings are interested in. And I'm actually going to go for this guy right here on the left side. I'm going to send my general after him as well. And it's Levy Spear Infantry. So, of course, these sort of longboats were major parts of the Viking war machine. And this game does it beautifully to show sort of what these boats looked like. You know, obviously sailing down a river, especially a fairly large river or even a medium-sized river, this would work perfectly. It really would. It would just glide right through. And I'm going to attack their skirmisher cavalry here. I am doing it with my king, Bardir, but I think it's important to do it with my king to show them that we mean business. And one thing I haven't noticed, and I could be wrong here, but I haven't seen any enemies wallowing in the water, and they even had that in Empire Total War, so I kind of wish they would add that. I like to see the enemy, like, just in the water, dying. I know it sounds weird, but of course here, the enemy is also dying on board. Don't forget, guys, if you like these videos were all created through our Twitch stream. We've essentially put just about everything there. So make sure to subscribe to our Twitch channel. I'm going to put our Discord and our Twitch down below. we really just are open to any and all subscribers that want to give some feedback and want to be part of the channel. So please do stop by there. I'm eventually going to start a rank system on Discord, but you know, Twitch is really the place we're going to be in the future here. Let's see how Bardir is doing. So Bardir, our great general and our great king, he's done so much for the Sea Raiders here, and we are Sea Raider Vikings. That's another bonus. And look at just how quickly he's wiping out the enemy. He burned that ship down in seconds. So my question is, now do we get to get back on the ship? You know, how does that work? I think Bardir will jump back on his craft, and there we go. All of these guys are getting back on their boat, and we could actually go ahead and send them into an enemy ship to try and mitigate the situation. The enemy still has a lot of boats here. Like, the battle is not over yet, guys. So we're going to continue. They could certainly still win. I don't think they will. There we go. We got some guys boarding. And we're going to send some guys to board their other ships as well. I mean, destroying these guys at sea is so interesting. It's something that in most Total War games I don't even mess with. But in this one, it's fascinating, and it actually might be an essential part of the game. Because if we can destroy them at sea and keep most of our men, which we've done so far, then we can land near their capital and have a ton of men. Just so cool. Get them. Go, boys.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Which one is it? It's okay, we've got it. He's gonna board us, but I think our boys have got this. So these are our Levy Axe Infantry. Charge, boys. Charge. Our king can only be at one place at one time, as you guys can know, and we're sending actually 2 ships to attack this guy. At that point, it's interesting, they reboard their original ships after slaughtering the enemy, or trying to slaughter the enemy. So that's probably what's going to happen here, but I want to make sure that we grab on them. Alright, so we do have some ships that are going to give up, of course. That's pretty typical. Not every single one of us can win, but hopefully we can put up a decent fight. Come on, boys. Come back. Come back, boys. Gotta get Bardir, the king himself, to turn back. Now he's turning back now, but look at how those longboats move, man. It's so cool. And you can see this ship has had its own fair share of combat. Right there, they only have 40 men left. So many men have died on board, guys. Not just our men, but enemies as well. And so, you know, these ship battles take on an entirely different sort of sphere, I guess, than usual battles. And I'm sending, of course, our Levy Axe Infantry here. Or I should say our Retinue Axe Infantry, essentially the same thing. And send them over here to attack the enemy. Of course, in this case, Retinue refers to the King's Retinue, Bardir's Retinue. Come on, let's get them. Oh, they're running away. Might have to get some archers in on this action.
It's a rout. Our warriors flee the battle. Longships, cast off. The ocean awaits. Kill all gales. Ships ready, aye. Longships, cast off. The enemy is routed.
Sending some guys there. And our oh no, wait a minute, we might not have to do this if they can catch up. So you can see our men are rowing. They obviously have a lot more rowers than the enemy does. It's a larger unit, so we're actually going faster than them. The question is, can we catch up and actually jump on the ship, grapple it, and then burn it down? And I think we can. And that's about what these Eastman Axemen are about to prove. The Eastman Axemen, I mean, they're well-trained Viking Axemen. And actually, it's funny, there are Eastaman, which the Vikings called, and there are Westaman. The Westaman usually refer to the English, but there are Westaman Axemen that are also really good in this game. But it's interesting how they sort of just, the Vikings are pretty straightforward. Like, their language and their I wouldn't say they're stupid, I don't think that's true at all. Their thought process is very straightforward, and Scandinavians to this day are sort of very reserved people, from what I've heard. And you know, so they're very straightforward. It's just east and west. That's how they see it. It's pretty simple. And in this case, we just kicked their ass, guys, in the sea. I mean, unbelievable. A lot of them are running away, and it's very similar to sort of a land battle here, where they have the opportunity to go ahead and you know, run away. We're not necessarily going to chase them. Let's see if they're... Oh, yes, we do get the drowning enemies. Yes, epic. Look at that, guys. So the enemies are going to drown here. In, of course, the ocean here to the east of England. This is the Atlantic. I mean, this is freezing water. There's no way they're going to live. Even if they know how to swim, these guys are dead. And this is a creepy realization of having ship combat like this between these kind of fleets. But I am glad, guys, that we beat the enemy here. The free men, you're not free now. You'll either become our thralls, or you'll not be free. I'm actually going to move my ships out of this area. And it's funny enough, just like a real battle, we could chase the enemy, but you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'll let them get away. Some archers could certainly improve things, but I just want to leave them here. And just imagine the realization that you're left here, guys, after a battle like that. Unbelievable. So we're ending the battle. It's a close victory, which means the enemy did pretty damn well. Right there, it looks like we had 501 losses, but the enemy had 1,559 losses. And that's bigger than any of the Total War Thrones of Britannia saga battles that we've put on this channel so far. So funny enough, this naval battle is actually bigger than any of those. I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank you guys for watching. And of course, if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to comment down below anything you want, even if you have some facts about naval combat during this period. It really interests me. And of course, please subscribe to our Twitch channel. Thanks again, folks.